Okay, and so today we're going to look at solving quadratics again, but this time we're going to look just in the same way that we had for expanding and simplifying. We're going to look at it using the bracket method. Okay, so a different method. Okay, so just like we had two methods when we were expanding brackets, there's loads of different methods that we can use when we're factorizing an equation or an expression. Okay, so here we have an expression. Again, it's a quadratic trinomial. Why is it a trinomial? Because, of course, there's three terms. Our quadratic part where we've something squared, here a variable, and here a constant, a number on its own. Okay, so now I'm going to look and I'm going to see, well, I know that I really want, what do I want? I want two brackets at the end of this. And here, if I list my factors of x squared, well, they're going to be x. Okay, x and x this time. Here, if I list my factors of 24, well, the same as before, I have 1 and 24, I have 2 and 12, I have 3 and 8, and I have 4 and 6. Okay, so there's all the factors that I have. So the first two things I'm going to write down, well, I'm going to put in my x here, so that's that x, and then I'm going to put in my other x, so that's those two x's. Then I'm going to have a look over here at all my list of factors and see which pair of factors is going to give me this term here in the middle, this all important, okay, 11x, because that's what I'm trying to get at the end of the day. So here, if I'm trying to get the all important 11x, well, 1 and 24, no combination of those two numbers is going to give me 11. 2 and 12, well, 12 minus 2 is 10, 12 plus 2 is 14. So again, no combination. 8 and 3, perfect. Perfect. So here I'm going to write down my 3 and my 8. And now here, the other thing that I should do, I see here I have a plus sign. So I know my factors either have to be 2 pluses or 2 minuses. Now if I look here at this one, I can see that the 11x is positive. So therefore I know I'm going to use the two positives here. Okay, and that's my answer. Very simple. And again, I could do the reverse. So we'll have a look at that just to check, are we right? But first, I'll just put a big red box around this because that is my answer. Okay? Okay, so having a look at this, we're just going to expand it out to see are we correct. And we know when we're expanding out the brackets, we have that x gets multiplied by x, which would give me x squared. Here I have this x gets multiplied by plus 8, so x by plus 8 gives me plus 8x. Here I have plus 3 by x, giving me plus 3x. And lastly, that plus 3 gets multiplied by plus 8, which is plus 24. Tidying it up, I have x squared, well, 8x plus 3x, that gives me plus 11x. And here I have my plus 24. And so I can see very clearly that what I have here, what I have factorized, has given me what I had originally. Okay, so I know when I factorize it, if I do my check at the end, I can see if I'm right or wrong. Okay, we'll do one more example together this way. So in this example here, well, what can I see about it? I can first of all see something a little bit different to before. I have a minus x here, my variable, and my constant is also a minus. Okay, but again, we still follow the exact same method. So the first thing here, I'd be writing out my factors of x squared, so that's just x by x. Here, my factors of 6, well, I have 1 and 6, and I have 2 by 3. And they're my only factors of 6. Now here, I'm going to see, well, what do I have here with my signs? I have a minus, which means in my product, I'll have to have a plus by a minus. Or it could be the other way around, it could be a minus by a plus. But we know they're the only two things that give us a minus. A minus by a plus gives us a minus. A plus by a minus gives us a minus. Okay, and so now I'm going to draw my brackets. And the first things I'm going to fill in are my x's here. So I've x here. And again, I have my other x here. So that's the first thing. Now I'm going to have a look here at my set of factors. And I'm going to see here, 1 and 6. Any combination. Well, 6 take away 1 gives me 5. 1 take away 6 gives me -5. Not going to happen here. 2 take away 3 gives me -1. And 3 take away 2 gives me 1. But actually what I'm looking for is that -1. So 2 take away 3. So that's definitely the combination I'm going to go with. My 2 and my 3. Now which one did I want to be positive and which one did I want to be negative? Well, even just there I said 2 take away 3 gives me -1. Which means I want my 2 to be positive and my 3 to be negative. And that's my answer. But exactly like we've always done, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to finish here. I'm going to put a big red box about it. But I'm not finished until I check my answer. So we're just very quickly going to check our answer to see are we correct. Okay, so here we go with our quick check. So here I'm going to have, well, x times x gives me x squared. X times -3, that gives me -3x. Here I have +2 by x is +2x. And here I have +2 multiplied by -3. Well, 2 by 3 is 6. And a plus by a minus gives me a minus. Okay, so we just have to tidy it up. So here I'm going to have my x squared. Now, my -3x plus 2x. What do I have there? I have different signs, so I subtract. 3x take away 2x gives me x. And I keep the sign of the bigger number, which is, well, 3 is bigger than 2, so I keep the minus sign. And then I have my -6, which is what we started out with originally. So we know we're correct. So, very quickly, just get those notes down into your copy, and then just, you can pause the video in a moment when we have a look at our learning check to see how we get on with this method. And then we'll know which method we prefer for solving quadratic trinomials. So just 1 second. Okay, so here's a question you're going to try for yourself. So it's x squared minus 7x plus 12. And just a very quick reminder, what's the important steps that we need to do? Well, that's to list all your factors. So that would be your factors of the x squared term and the factors of your constant term. Okay? And then the other thing you want to note is what's your signs. Okay? So writing down your rules for your signs can be helpful just in the way that I did in the last 2 examples. Okay? So watch your signs, very important. Okay? Alright, best of luck.